Valley. One thing I noticed in the scrimmage last week, Caldwell did a pretty good job, I think, with the short passes. They controlled them, they were on spot, and they did a pretty good job to be this early in the season.
Yeah, they've got some good passes. They have a lot of good wall passes where they go back and forth. They've had a lot of good crosses to the other side of the field when they're in front of the goal, which are going to help a lot during the middle of the season whenever you're needing those passes across and then a one-touch in to get a goal.
And we're trying to match up some of these numbers. They have some new numbers with the uniforms. So that was played down to Laney Fletcher. Laney puts it across the box, blocked out by Trigg County, but Zaria Blunt on the ball at the top of the 18. She puts it over to Smiley. Smiley puts it down low in the box. Chasing is that Caitlin Young, number 7.
Hey, keep that pressure up.
Who is, I don't have a 17 on any roster.
Hey, 6.
See if you can pick up who number 17 is.
I'm thinking it's Maggie Ginn, but I might be wrong. It says number 8 on here.
Okay, corner
But
kick
she's
is
a
going to come up,
forward.
and these are, we'll iron these out later on. Corner kick comes in, doesn't get in, goes into the side of the net, so it'll be a goal kick for Trigg County. Just a couple of minutes into the contest here tonight. Opening game for both teams. A lot of soccer teams starting their season tonight. The boys also in action this week. We'll pass along that schedule to you coming up probably during the game or at halftime at least. Ball back to Freeman. Freeman finds Smiley. Now they play it all the way back across. Kenna Jackson plays it over to Janina. Janina has it mid-circle, looks up the field looking for Blunt. Picked up on the loose ball is Mackenzie Smiley. Smiley plays it through to Fletcher. Fletcher chasing it to the sideline. It's going to roll out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Trigg County. Trigg's going to throw it in from deep in their own end. Trigg County district runner-up last year to Crittenden County. Crittenden County won their first ever girls district championship. Mackenzie Smiley doing some equipment adjusting. She's back on the field. Trigg County has it stolen away by Fletcher, but picked up again by Trigg. Now there's Smiley in the middle at the midfield position. New position we talked about in the pregame for her. She plays it back to Jackson. Jackson looks up. Caldwell County looks like they're going to try to favor this right side, Macy. Is that something that they talked about before the game or just something that's playing out right now, you think?
I think it's just something that happens normally. The right side for everybody is normally their go-to and their sweet spot. So unless you have a really strong left foot team, you normally go to the right field. But switching that really helps too on the game. You can easily get a goal because they're not ready for it. The other team isn't, and you want to switch it as much as you can. You don't want to keep it on just that one side the whole game.
Nice ball up. He said that's again number 17. We'll check on that here in just a little bit if we can flag Ashley down over to side. Caldwell County plays it on the far sidelines. Ball rolls out of bounds. It's going to be a throw for Trigg County. Trigg County's first substitutions of the night.
Hey, mid, we've got to hold that shape at her. It's getting a little too loose. Tighten it up.
And normally we had talked about Lucy Goffinet starting at forward. She is not in the starting lineup tonight, but do expect her to see quite a bit of action. Ball played out of bounds off of Trigg County on the throw. It'll be Caldwell County throw. And to take that is Jackson. Jackson looks to the middle for Freeman. Freeman with some space. Wants to dump it off to Crowley. Now she's going to turn and try to play it back over to Smiley. Smiley's touch pass picked off as she was double teamed. Trigg County now has it. Fletcher looking good so far, Macy, on this right side. Goes off of Trigg County. It'll be her throw just past Trigg County's bench, about 5 minutes into the ball game.
You can't just have one chasing. That's how you get tired.
Possession's been just about all Caldwell County up to this point. Gets it into Freeman, back to Carnahan. Now battle at midfield. McConnell charged. Trigg County kicked it out, so good play by her. As Carnahan will take the throw in just below our broadcast booth. Big throw by Carnahan, goes over Fletcher. Picked up by Trigg. Nice play by Fletcher. Comes up with a little bit of a limp. A lot of contact on that one. She'll walk that one off. rub some dirt on it or whatever y'all say. Basically, she's not coming out of the game over that, though.
Definitely not.
Trigg County's first possession into their offensive end. They try to play it over to the middle, picked off there by Mackenzie Smiley, finds Crowley. Crowley with the big lob over to Fletcher at midfield. Trigg County overruns it, picked up by Freeman. Freeman with some space. Caldwell County's player is offsides if they were to call. She got back on, shot on goal. Another shot on goal, off, blocked, and goes across the end line. It's going to be a goal kick by Trigg County. Macy, at first I thought Zaria was well offside. She did a good job to get back on, and she got close to that 18.
Yeah, I was thinking she was going to be off, and then I think just at the right second she came back on just enough to be in the play.
Ball played out by Trigg County. It's going to roll all the way to the sideline and out of bounds right here at midfield. Carnahan will take the throw. Good night to play soccer. Cloud cover makes it feel good. You've played a lot hotter games in August, haven't you, Missy?
Oh, definitely.
I
These are the
remember a
games
lot
you
of
feel in
games.
October.
Yeah, we've set and waited for it to cool down cool enough for KHSAA to even allow you to play. Throw in off Freeman. Freeman's doing a good job tonight controlling the throw-ins. Keeping the possession. Nice little lob there by Carnahan off a Trigg County player. It's going to be another throw-in for Caldwell County. They find Blunt in the middle. She controls it, turns, looks for Smiley. I think Smiley had thoughts of winding one up from about 20 yards out, but she had somebody right in front of her. Trigg now with possession. Trigg looks around. They find a hole in the middle. Controlled there by Jackson. Jackson has it at midfield. Coach Jacobs wants the field switch to the right side. Carnahan puts it a nice pass down to Smiley. Smiley looks for Fletcher, who had the hand up. Trigg County falls back and controls it, gets it back out towards midfield. Even though Caldwell County lost a lot defensively last year, Macy, they still have one of the better defenses in the whole region, I would say.
I think they've stepped up a lot. I wasn't really expecting there to be I was expecting a huge change, you know, new people playing defense, people who don't normally play defense the entire year are probably going to be playing it the whole year, and I think they've really stepped up. They've learned to keep their line, not just to go back with them and keep letting the other team get closer and closer to the goal. So I think they're starting to learn how to play together and become better as a team.
The only player with no varsity experience in that defensive line, I guess, is Bella McConnell, because you've got Carnahan, Janina, and Jackson all with considerable playing time the last couple of years.
And Bella's done significantly well. She's acting like she's played this for 3 years already. You know, she's acting exactly how you would if you were back there. She's really confident in how much she can do, what she can do, what she can't do, and she doesn't push the boundaries at all in that.
I think one of the keys for Bella is that she listens to the players around her and takes a lot of instruction and learns as the season goes and doesn't expect to be at the stages that the other players are right now. As Blunt takes off down the middle, she's got to open and puts a shot on goal, and a nice save by Trigg's keeper is all that kept that one from being 1-0 Caldwell County. Good play by Blunt to get through a couple of Trigg defenders, put the shot on goal, but no good. Trigg will come out for the goal kick. Not much on that punch. Trigg still controls it near midfield. Come up. Taylor Freeman has the ball now stolen away. Tries to play a through ball looking for Zaria. Stolen away by Trigg County, who plays it back out to midfield. Now Trigg County one-on-one. It's number 11 for Trigg against Janina. Janina gets there, puts it over towards the corner. Trigg still with possession, but a nice defensive retreat by Meriden Janina. Shot put on goal, but not really anything to worry about as it'll roll across the end line. It'll be Caldwell County ball, and Thomas will bring this one out. It was pretty good communication between Jackson and Janina, I thought, as Trigg County's player had a run going, but you could hear Jackson from this side saying back.
Yeah, I think they normally can communicate with each other pretty well. I think McKenna tries to stay more on the outside so Meriden can stay in her position in the middle, but I've seen them switch, and they can normally do each other's position just as well as they can do their own.
And that's where that junior class is going to be so valuable in the communication area, because they have played together so long. They know each other's tendencies or strengths, and they've always done a good job talking, not just during the game, but I'm sure
Yeah.
all the time from what I've been around them. Caldwell County has possession at midfield. Crowley with a nice move, gets around, finds Ginn. Ginn comes down. Nice defensive play by Tree County. The ball still loose in the far corner. Goes out of bounds off of Tree County. It'll be Caldwell throw from about 10 yards out. Something I don't think I've seen before. Caldwell County's players not really using what we call the dugout. They're outside of the dugout. The reserves are, and a big bench for Caldwell County this year. That's going to be a plus as the season progresses. Big shot, lobbed up and caught by the keeper for Trigg County. So she'll bring it out for a kick at the 18. Just about 11 minutes into this contest, no score so far. Lady Tigers, Lady Wildcats here at Butler. Much better punt this time out by Trigg County as this one gets well across midfield. Picked up by Caldwell County, now loose. Freeman gets possession. Macy, I know it's important, and I've seen you play there. I've seen my own daughter play the midfield spot. How important is Taylor Freeman on the number of possessions she gains you in a game?
Probably the most important. I mean, she has to be able to see the field really well, so she has to know when she should step to a certain position or a certain area of the field and who she should send it to after that and know. I mean, Cortland could always see the field really well, and I feel like you have to be best at that certain position to be able to play it, and especially if you're going to play it the whole game, because you have to have a lot of endurance to be able to run back and forth and play defense and offense the whole game.
And Taylor is one of the better players. There were times even during her freshman year you would have to remember, and that one just tipped up at the bar, picked up by Trigg County, almost a goal, but nobody there to follow it in for Caldwell County. And to finish the remark on Taylor Freeman, as a freshman, you would almost forget she was a freshman because she was playing at such a level in that midfield spot. So there's not going to be anybody better in the region than Taylor Freeman at that midfield position. And number 3 about to check in for Caldwell County. That is Lucy Goffinet. Zaria has it, puts it over to the right side. Shot on goal blocked away. Ball still loose. Carnahan made the run on it. Picked up by Smiley, stolen away by Trigg County. Macy, I think Lainey Fletcher has played a great game so far tonight early in this contest. No goals, but she's covered that position really well and kept possession for Caldwell County, about a 80-20 split so far, at least for the Lady Tigers.
She's got a good right foot, too. She can easily get it from right corner to across the goal, so that way someone can tap it in. She's always had that good kick right there.
Jackson gains possession, puts it up to Crowley. Crowley with a nice touch. Back over to Freeman. Freeman, a lot of room as she comes across midfield, looks for Fletcher, feeds it over to the side, gets past Fletcher's outreached foot, and out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Trigg County. And you've got some physical players on that defensive line for the Lady Tigers. I've seen McKenna Jackson lay some hits like she was wearing pads on a Friday night out there. And your sister's no stranger to a little contact. Sarah Grace Carnahan, one of the stronger players physically that you're going to find anywhere.
I think they try to refrain from doing it as much as they can, but as soon as they get up to them, they'll give it right back.
Well, you're nice to say you think they refrain. I've seen times they didn't refrain. So Lucy Goffinet in at forward, and then coming in is number 13, McKinney Groves for Sarah Grace Carnahan on the defensive line. Trigg County with possession, stolen away by Jackson. Now it's a battle in the middle. Trigg County comes away with it, tries to play it through, and does. They get it down inside the 18 for the first time tonight on the left side, but picked up by Drew Hadley Thomas right at the corner of the goal. No real scoring threat on that one, not a lot on the kick. Drew comes out, puts the throw out this time, and finds Fletcher. Gets it back to Freeman, back to Laney. Laney comes across midfield, nice one-on-one move. Showed a little left foot on that one. Now another nice move as she still has it. Goes into the middle. She was looking for Zaria. Ball put in the air by Trigg County. Smiley now has it. Just about 25 yards out. Wanting to feed it to Zaria. Now Zaria has it on the right side. 2 Tree County players in front of her. She plays it back to Laney. Laney with the shot across and almost off of the foot of Goffinette. Goes out of bounds across the end line, but a nice pass, I thought, by Laney.
That was a really good pass.
If you see her start trailing off like that,
I think it could have used a header maybe. Could have probably went in that way.
trail off like that, be looking.
And that's something, as being a freshman, she's going to learn to do just a little bit more, whether she wants to try to put a foot in or go ahead and hit it on that corner. Trying to find what class that Fletcher is in. Is she a, oh, that's Crowley. Sophomore. So a good game so far tonight by the young lady wearing number 19. Another cross by Fletcher to the middle of the goal. Nobody home for Caldwell County, but the ball rolls back to Fletcher. She's tripped inside the box. No call. She goes down. Tree County is going to play it over to the sideline. Kept in. McKinney Groves on the chase now. Bumped in the back. No call. Ball still loose at midfield. Ball looked like it was out of bounds, and it is going to be called out of bounds on that one as it comes across the line right in front of the Lady Tigers bench. One of those calls that you would like to have when it happens to you on Fletcher down here. Not a lot of contact, but it was in the box, so kind of
Just
one of
enough.
those 50-50 ones you would like to get them, but still early in the year to get those. McKinney Groves wearing a number dear to my heart as I had soccer players wear number 13 for a lot of years out here, so I like to see who wears that number now when I come to the field. Ball played across out of bounds by Caldwell County. It'll be a throw in for Trigg just past their own bench. Caldwell County well in control of possession tonight. More shots on goal, but still nothing on the scoreboard for either team. 0-0, 22 minutes and a half left in the first half. Ball played off of Tree County. It'll be a throw in for the Lady Tigers. And they do stop play. Tree County tried to get one by. You'll see that happen occasionally, but it doesn't happen much. Ball played in to Crowley, who's switched sides. She's now on the right-hand side. Good play by McConnell. Come up, get the ball to Smiley. Smiley now moving it up, gets away from her just a little bit out in front of her. Stolen away by Trigg County, but still on the Caldwell County offensive end. Back to Freeman. Freeman crisscrosses, gets it to the center field, lets one go, and it's going to be wide right and off the wall. Goal kick for Trigg County. Number 12, Matea Butts coming into the ball game. And getting a rest will be Jackson. Macy, how big is it going to be having so many substitutes where they can come in and you don't really drop off talent-wise any at all? I know it's a plus, but how big is it for a confidence builder for some of your older players?
Good to know that you have the bench you do whenever you get into the middle of the season and you start to have injuries and you don't have to worry, well, what if we have to play a man down, or what if someone has to switch positions so someone else can play somewhere? And so it'll be really good. They won't have to worry about that, and that's something new. I think we actually had 3 on the bench maybe every year I played, so it's a big team this year, which is really well for them.
Shot on goal by Crowley is wide left. It'll be a goal kick for Trigg County. I can remember a game you played at Bowling Green early in the year in a tournament, which is always a tough place to play anyway. But you go down between injuries and the heat. I think you finished a game with 10 players early in the season, and that was just a long season with injuries and the way things fell that year. But having a deep bench I think it's going to pay a lot of dividends for this team when you start getting into the October part of the schedule. Ball played out by Trigg. Nice charge on it by captain number, is Crowley's name, or Crowley's number 1? No, number 7. Something I've never liked, and if you do much broadcasting, you'll hate white shirts with yellow numbers. But unless they're outlined, you just don't want those. Not as bad as Crittenden County, who had the black jerseys with blue numbers at a basketball game this year that was just impossible to tell. Coming into the ball game is going to be number 9, Kara Morris for Caldwell County. She had some playing time last year. She's going to take a forward spot and give Zaria a little rest. Usually in August, you get to the point where you had water breaks about midway through periods, but tonight and knock on wood, opening game of the season. Temperature in the low 80s. Ball played back to Drew Hadley Thomas by Janana. Drew gets possession. She plays it over to Groves. Groves has somebody behind her. Now it's going to be a chase as Trigg County's player got around Groves. She's going to take it towards the goal. Nice stop there by McConnell to pick up the slack for Groves. And that's going to go off a Trigg County player at midfield. So a good play by the freshman McConnell to step in and get possession right in front of the net for Caldwell County. That's got to be a confidence builder, Macy, for somebody that young to be in the starting lineup and make a play like that.
She can only go up. She can only keep getting better and keep listening to everyone around her. She's got a lot of people who know what they're talking about, and I think she's listened so far, which has really helped her.
She is. She made a play there that didn't look like a freshman play.
No, definitely not.
Ball played back out to Smiley. Smiley tried to take it to the goal. It comes off of Morris. Now still loose down there. McKenna Crowley has possession. Wanted to make a spin move, left without the ball. Gets it over to Morris, though. Ball's going to be kicked out of bounds, and it'll be a throw in to Trigg County. Trigg will throw from deep in their own end. Throw in stolen away by Caldwell County as Freeman gets it over to Crowley. Stolen back away by Trigg County as they'll come up the left side of the field. Trigg with an open player. Nice foot there by Groves to get a foot on that one, get it out of bounds at least, because it was a 2-on-1 situation for just a second at midfield. Trigg's going to take the throw in just in their offensive end. Freeman able to get that one. Good job by Freeman. Dribbles it well up across midfield. Plays a through ball. She was looking for Goffinette. Goffinette still through. Goalie's coming out to meet her. Let's see who wins it. Ball still loose but covered by the goalie for Trigg County as Goffinette took a tumble, but a nice play there as Goffinette didn't slow down. Trigg's keeper had to go to the ground. Goffinette with the hurdle to get over, but a nice play by another young player. Punt out to midfield. Now Trigg tries to play the long ball. Gets it up one player back. Goes off her arm, no call as she gets it over just outside the 18. Drops it back. Little touch pass is picked off by Freeman. Freeman's going to turn and look the field over. She gets it up to Smiley. Smiley sees it across the middle. Wanted to put a little bit more on that one. I think she was looking for Crowley. Didn't have a lot on the pass, but Caldwell County still regains possession. Morris had it for just a second. Stolen from behind, but picked off again by Freeman. Little contact there. They let them play on through. Caldwell County drops back on defense as Trigg gets a possession. Tried to look for the through ball off the heels of the Trigg County forward, and probably fortunate for Caldwell County that it didn't get through. And offsides on Trigg County just in front of the student section on the far side. So Macy, a little over halfway into this ball game. What do you think about the Lady Tigers so far other than the goose egg on the scoreboard?
I think they're playing really well. I think most of the time the scoreboard doesn't really reflect how you play. It's just kind of there, like you can really win, but just have kind of mediocre shots, but then you can have really, really good shots, but have a really good goalie on the other team that keeps them from going in. So, but I think they're really fighting for it, and they're not going to just give up just because they haven't had a goal yet.
And we've all seen a game much like this before where Caldwell County has controlled about 80% of the possessions, and the other team scoots one in and has a 1-0 lead and then drops everybody and their brother back defensively and just tries to make it hard to score and try to ride that 1-0 win. Goffinette battles in the far corner. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be throw in to Trigg County. 10 home games on the schedule for the Lady Tigers this year. We'll have them all here on WPKY, the Tiger, 103.3. Shot on goal is going to be wide right, and I think that was Freeman that let go with that one. But not a bad shot because she had a pretty good angle to go to that far side, far bar.
Maybe just a little more turn of her hip, and she'd have it in.
Trigg County puts it into play. Nice charge on the ball there by Mackenzie Smiley. She comes up with the possession, goes between two Trigg players, feeds it over to Blunt. Blunt had a good move but got away from her as Trigg tried to clear it. Now Laney Fletcher moved to the left side, had the ball for just seconds, stolen back away by Zaria. Left-footed shot by Mackenzie Smiley. Just a little bit left. Not a bad shot as she had the goalie chasing on that one. It's a little better left-footed shot than I've seen Smiley in the past. She's obviously worked on that left foot quite a bit this summer.
I think last year she had a lot of left-footed like shots and plays, and I think she just had to kind of learn to use it more.
Get a little bit stronger with it.
Yeah.
She did a good job on that one. Had some good aim to it. Nice patient play by Laney Fletcher defensively. Caused Tree County to put that ball out of bounds. So Caldwell will get the throw deep in their offensive end, looking for their first goal.
Find your shape.
Big lob over the middle, looking for Smiley. Smiley giving chase.
Where's her help?
Oh, that's Crowley rather giving chase.
Win that.
They play it back to Groves. Groves plays it over to Freeman. Freeman has it. It's going to switch sides, go back to the left side. Goffinette on the far sideline. Look to drop it back. Picked off by Trigg County as Trigg turns and makes the transition back up near midfield. Giving chase is Freeman. Trigg, not a lot of people back. Now two get back. Player goes down, and they are going to call the foul, so it'll be a free kick from about 25 yards out for Trigg County on the far sideline.
Make a run into the box.
Let's get some numbers here.
Who's far side?
I'm not sure who this 00.
Make a run. Stand at the back side. Make a run in. Emily,
Becca
get back side
Seibert.
to Madison and
Okay,
Tiffany.
Becca Seibert coming in. Also,
Hey,
Caitlin Young will be
that's it.
coming in.
Back punch.
And Pookie Trailer. Free kick in play, rolls through, still loose. Ball loose, kicked around inside the box, now played out. Header by Smiley, gets it out to Lucy Goffinette. Goffinette plays it up to Zaria. Zaria has three players. And anybody that's watched Zaria play knows that three players is really not going to slow her down much because she thinks she can go through all three of them and she'll give it a shot, so not intimidating for it all. Crowley comes up, had a shot on goal just a second. Ball kicked away by Tree County. She saves it in the corner. Now still alive. She tries to put the left foot cross on it. Nobody really crashing for Caldwell County. Smiley wants to put the awkward shot up, but blocked by Trigg's goalie. But nobody in the box there, Macy, for the crash.
That's definitely a key thing you have to do, too, if you're not crashing that goal every single time, regardless of if the goalie is 100% going to get the ball. They might not. There's always that chance that they're going to miss it, and then you can have a goal.
You've got to play for the rebound and have a crowd inside that box. If you get it that deep, you want to see a lot of white jerseys flooding that box, and that's a couple of times that Coach Jacobs has had to, I guess you could call it, get on the girls a little bit. Nobody really crashing, kind of standing around watching to see where the ball goes. McKenna Crowley's going to come out of the ball game. Taylor Freeman's going to get a rest. Laney Fletcher will get a drink of water. Caldwell County has freely used that bench tonight.
Watch the switch. Madison.
Now in the middle is Seibert. Seibert wearing the 00 number, same as the goalie. That's why we couldn't find it on the roster. Young plays that one out of bounds.
Catch your breath, guys. Catch your breath. Man coming on. Man coming on.
Caitlin Young, one of the three seniors for the Lady Tigers this year, wearing the captain's armband, along with Crowley, and I think Taylor Freeman had the captain band also. The one you've worn, as well as my daughter in past seasons.
Definitely a privilege. You can speak to the refs when something happens. You get to figure out why something is happening. And you can also kind of tell people on the field what you think they should do, or if you think they should switch something or anything like that.
It does come with some status, you're right. And something that has to be earned. It's not just given just because you're a senior, but these girls have really performed and given what they've had in Caitlin's instance through 4 years along with McKenna. Big ball play through Zaria, giving chase between two Trigg defenders. She's got it down to the 18. Lets loose with the shot and stopped by Trigg's keeper on a nice play. Zaria made a good split there between two Trigg players. Got a good shot off, pretty quality shot. Just a nice play by Trigg's keeper. She's made a couple of those tonight too. You got to give her a little bit of credit.
She's definitely got the speed for a forward position, that's for sure. And her shots are almost always on goal.
Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be thrown in by McKinney Groves. We're under 10 minutes left in the first half. Still no score here at Butler Stadium. Opening game for both the Lady Wildcats and the Lady Tigers. Stay tuned at halftime. We'll talk about the first half, see what kind of adjustments a former all-region player would make at halftime to come out for the second half. Battle right here under the booth, won by McKinney Groves. McKinney puts it to the middle of the field. Smiley comes up now. Smiley has possession. Good move by her. Thought about the shot for just a second. Now she's back to the middle of the box. Maybe a little too much dribbling on that. She had to get rid of that one just a second or two sooner. But she had the right idea. She was wanting to take it to goal. Ball gets through Caldwell County as Trigg comes into their offensive end. They have it at midfield now. Stolen away by Seibert. Plays it over to Smiley. Smiley has Zaria. And I think that was more of a slip than a foul. But anyway, it's going to go against Caldwell County. One thing Zaria has is an instinct to use her body to get position on a ball. And that's something that's going to help her score a lot of goals this year.
The legal way, too. She doesn't do it illegally, foul-wise. She knows how to use her hip and use it to her advantage for sure.
Ball played up. Some Caldwell County starters sets the check back in the game. Ball off the referee. Now ball off the Trigg County player. Rolling back towards Caldwell County's goal. And cleared out of there by Meriden Janina. A couple of bad breaks on those two kicks. One went off the leg of the referee as they tried to clear it. It went off a Trigg County player. And both of them just kept going backwards towards Caldwell's net. Freeman back in the ball game, as is McKenna Crowley. Looks like Lainey Fletcher also back in the ball game. So mostly the starters, as best I can tell, in the ball game, except for Matea Butts right now for the Tigers, and Lucy Goffinet. Lucy has the ball far sideline, coming near midfield. Hand up for Taylor Freeman. Taylor with a nice spin move and recovery. Plays the through ball down to the corner, giving chase is Goffinet, trying to keep it in bounds. And I think she could have sold that a little bit better. They would have given her the call. Couldn't really tell whether it was in or out. She kind of pulled up on it.
I think sometimes that's just ref discretion, too. You can barely have it go out, and they'll call it out, or you can have it 3 feet out, and they won't call it out. So I think sometimes it just depends on the ref you have that game.
Let's check number 18, Macy, on the Maria Swatzel, set to see her first action here tonight. Trigg County kicks it back towards Caldwell. Kicks off of a Caldwell player, but picked up by Drew Hadley Thomas. Drew with a big kick. Headed with a nice flick by Freeman. Freeman finds Goffinet. Goffinet over to Blunt. Blunt's going to try to take it through a couple of players and does. Has it open, but too far out in front, and that'll be scooped up by the keeper for Trigg County. She had the right idea, just let the ball get too far away from her feet.
That touch is easy to do too when you're in the heat of the moment. You're not really thinking about your light touches. It's very easy to do. Happens more often than not.
And checking into the ball game, you said that was Ginn. Is it Ginn, number 17? We are not showing a 17 on any roster at all that we have, so we will check that. We think it's Maggie Ginn. Ball played in near midfield. There's Ginn with it. Up the sideline looking for Fletcher. It's going to roll out of bounds off a Trigg player. They signaled Caldwell ball. A couple of times they've tried that play, and I don't think they're going to get away with it tonight. Caldwell gets it thrown in. Stolen away by Trigg County. But there's Taylor Freeman. A little touch in the back. No call. Trigg comes up now back to Freeman. Freeman with some space now. She can look the field over. Has some players going towards the net. Still with Freeman with the ball. McKenna Crowley, Zaria Blunt, both of them right there. Let's see who puts a foot on the goal, and they're going to call offsides. But I'm not sure I agree with that one. When the ball was touched, I don't think they were off. They were off after the play, but I think at the touch of the ball, both those players had a Trigg player beside them.
Thank you.
But nonetheless, that's why we're broadcasters and not referees. These are blue shirts and not yellow, so we'll give that to them. Kick out by Trigg County. Stolen away by Mackenzie Smiley. We're under 5 minutes left in the first half. No real stoppage time to speak of. Nobody injured or down on the ground. Caldwell County with the ball in the 18, plays it back to Fletcher. Fletcher with a nice bump going over to get it, but it's going to go off of her and out of bounds. Throw in by Trigg is going to be stolen away by Taylor Freeman. Taylor's going to look to switch fields, I'm sure. She gets it over here to Sarah Grace Carnahan at bottom center of the circle. Back to Freeman. Now Carnahan going all the way across the field. She's got a long way to go to get back home. It's going to be off of her and over to Trigg County. Yeah, throw in on the far sideline. Nice charge there by Fletcher. Macy, of all the players in the first half, I think Lainey Fletcher has been the most impressive in my eyes, at least so far tonight, in the way she's gained possessions, been over the field, played both sides. I think she's having a nice game so far.
I would agree with you on that. I think it's really difficult to switch the field in the middle of the game or even the middle of the half. Just you kind of get into the groove where you're on that one side, and then when you switch, you have to go the other way. So I think she's really handling that really well.
Zaria gets it. Tries to play it over to Crowley. It goes off a Trigg player. Zaria chases it back down. Kicked out of bounds by Trigg County. It'll be Caldwell County throw just past the Trigg County bench. Crowley's going to take this throw. Gets it over to Carnahan. Carnahan with the big lob down towards the box, but still nobody home for Caldwell County. That's one thing that I'm sure being a former player, you would expect to hear that addressed at halftime, because that's 3 or 4 occasions nobody has been in the area of the net for the Lady Tigers.
It's just kind of a waste of energy if you don't have anyone there to just punt that ball like that.
Big long shot by Smiley off target. Knocked down by Trigg County. Trigg County is going to come out for their punt at the top of the 18. Controlled there by Smiley at the bottom of the circle. Stolen away by Trigg. Now Blunt. Thought there'd be a call on that one as high as Blunt's arm got up, but no call. He gets it over to Crowley. Crowley going towards the net. One player in back over. She puts a shot on goal. Stopped. Nice low shot. Made the goalie work, but still a nice stop by the keeper for Trigg County as we get down under 2 minutes in the first half. I've been impressed with Trigg's goalie tonight. She's made some nice saves to keep this score knotted up at 0.
Yeah, I think she's done really well, and we've gave her quite a few shots that pretty difficult shots to get, especially the down low ones. Most goalies aren't very quick to get down low and think about that.
Caldwell County is going to get the throw just in front of the student section. They get it into Freeman. Freeman plays it back, and they're going to, I thought they were going to say play on for just a second, but the whistle comes from the center of the field.
I clearly had a better shot at that than you did from over here. I do.
A little conversation between the officiating crew and the coaches for Trigg County. That's one of the things that you're not going to make $1 million over here, but you'll see more of the inside of the game, Macy. It's going to be fun up here on the broadcast booth because you get to pick up on so many conversations. It's pretty neat to hear some of these sometimes. It's going to be a free kick, though, for Trigg County as we get ready to close out the first half. From about 30 yards out, they're going to have the free kick far sideline. Ball up in play, and it's going to go out of bounds untouched. It'll be a kick out for Drew Hadley Thomas.
Hey, you're right.
That'd be neat. Jordan, you got to get used to Jordan. I said earlier today, anytime you're around Jordan, you just figure you're being filmed or recorded at some point. And he said he'd like to put a mic on the coaches, which would be neat. And that's going to be the end of the first half. No score by either team. We're going to take about a 3-minute break. Jordan will be back to talk about the first half. And we'll take a 4-minute break and talk about the first half here. So at Butler Stadium at halftime, no score. Caldwell County, Trigg County. We'll be back. You're listening to Lady Tigers Soccer here on WPKY. We'll be back in 4 minutes.
As the sun sizzles outside, come into Sanders Gatherings and check out their summer florals and wreaths and lots of summer colors. You'll find the perfect accessories, pitchers, baskets, and vases for your country and primitive lifestyle. Sanders is filled with the best the countryside has to offer. That's Sanders Gatherings, located at 116 East Main Street in Princeton, open 11 to 4 Tuesday through Saturday.
Princeton Drug Company, 103 West Main in Princeton, proudly features low-cost prescriptions and friendly service. Princeton Drug offers in-town delivery, in-store pickup, or a convenient drive-through window. Princeton Drug has a wide selection of Christian greeting cards for every occasion. Princeton Drug is open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, and on Saturday from 8:30 to 2:30. No deliveries on Saturday. Princeton Drug, 103 West Main Street, Princeton. Phone 365-5585.
Whether it's a new addition to your home, a family vacation, bill consolidation, medical bills, starter loans, or auto repair, whatever your need might be, let ABC Finance and their friendly staff help you. ABC Finance can help you through the tough times. Stop by or call ABC Finance today, located on 62 West, the Princeton Plaza in Princeton. Phone 365-7444. Call Jody Lamb or one of the friendly staff and they will do their best to get the money you need.
I love driving 2 miles an hour.
That's Tricia. She's staring down a highway filled with construction.
You cut me off. You son of a wonderful woman.
But she picked up a one-of-a-kind Coke for just $1 at McDonald's drive-thru. Now she has a yay in her stop and go.
I love that horn.
Don't miss $1 every size Coke in McDonald's. Pair it with some golden McDonald's fries and turn the everyday commute into everyday yay. A la carte only. Price and participation may vary.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm a Class 1 hitch holding a Class 3 load, and I just snapped. So now your trailer full of four-wheelers is going off-roading without you. So get off things. Where agents help keep you protected from mayhem, like me.
This is Fred Foltz. Call me today at the Woodall Agency, 365-5541. You'll be glad you did.
It's kickoff time again. Hello again, everyone. Brent Ladd with Tri-Shoes Incorporated with another Big Ten Pick of the Week. This week's special is a 2015 Chrysler 300 Limited, black in color with only 27,000 miles, and it's only $18,995. That's right, Brent Ladd's Pick of the Week has leather heated seats, remote start, and sunroof for only $18,995, which is priced at $3,000 under NADA retail. Come see me, Brent Ladd at Tri-Shoes for this pick. Go Tigers.
And I want to welcome everybody back to Butler Stadium. We're at halftime here tonight. Caldwell County Lady Tigers kicking off the season against Trigg County Lady Wildcats. No score in the first half. Dennis Stevens here along with Macy Janina and Jordan Dunn. And Macy is going to be with us quite a bit this season, I hope, as our guest analyst. Former all-region player, number 6 scorer in Lady Tiger history with how many goals was it, Macy? I didn't even look to see how many. I just
career.
Knew you were right there. You had 5 goals in a game before, one behind the record. So a stellar career here at Caldwell County. Has a sister playing on this squad, so we're really fortunate to have Macy with us this season here in the broadcast booth. In the first half, Macy, the keys for Caldwell County that you see, even though they didn't score, what did they do well, and what do they need to work on in that second half?
Well, I'll start with the highs. They are really passing the ball really well. They're marking their mans. They're not just leaving someone open. And if someone does happen to get through on defense, they are really digging to get back. They don't just slow down and let them go. I think we need to charge the ball more, definitely. I don't think that whenever we pass the ball in or we shoot the ball, we don't have anyone else there. And if the goalie deflects it, she has enough time to get back to it. And I think if we charge the ball more, then we'll have another shot on goal extra that we really need right now. It could be a difference between a winning and a losing game or a winning and a tying game.
Right. I'll tell you one thing that I liken it to a little bit, and this is the first game, so you're going to work out some of the kinks this year. I think you're exactly right about charging the goal after a shot or a cross. You don't see but maybe one player in the box. I look back at times, and you played with her, and a lot of our listeners will recognize the name Lily Rogers. Lily could do some phenomenal things on a soccer field, a basketball court, wherever she was. She was so athletic. But I think at times teammates got to watching to see what Lily would do and not really crash the goal, much like they're doing tonight, maybe thinking Zaria is going to take it and go through a couple of people, or McKenna's going to hit a bomb, or McKenzie's going to hit a bomb from 18, 20 yards. And it's just not happening when the shot goes in. We've seen 2 or 3 times Coach Jacobs has come all the way out to midfield saying you've got to charge that goal, you've got to crash it more. And I think that's one of the things they may be doing is watching who they think is going to score instead of being part of it.
It's easy to do. You kind of don't want to get in the way of their shot. You don't want to block it on accident if it comes in, and then by the time you realize, oh, it's been reflected, then you don't have the time to get in afterwards. So it's easy to do. It's a hard fix. It's a hard habit to break if you're not into the habit of crashing the goal. But it should be mainly a midfield thing. Forwards should kind of be the ones that have just shot it, and then the midfield should be ready to crash for the forward. So it'll really help getting the goal in the ball, or ball in the net.
Yeah, it's going to in the second half, I agree. Jordan, let's take a quick 90-second timeout here before we come back, and we'll be back with the second half. We'll be back in a minute and a half. You're listening to Lady Tiger Soccer on WPKY.
When you need extra time to heal, Caldwell Medical Center swing bed program can help you if you've been discharged from a hospital but still need recovery time before going home. Who's right for swing bed? Patients with recent joint repair or replacement, recovering from a wound or major surgery, patients who need acute physical or occupational therapy, patients in need of post-hospitalization pain management or IV therapy, or patients recovering from a stroke. For more information, contact Caldwell Medical Center at 270-365-0300. Caldwell Medical Center, located at 100 Medical Center Drive.
You know that horrible feeling you get when you realize your debit card is not in the wallet or on your desk or anywhere? I'm Ty Engelbright with First Southern National Bank, and you no longer need to worry. All account holders now have the ability to temporarily turn debit cards on and off using our new mobile banking app. Download our new app today to start using mobile deposit, debit card on-off, and many more great features. First Southern National Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Butler Stadium. About ready for the second half kickoff here. Caldwell County Lady Tigers, Tree County Lady Wildcats kicking off the high school soccer season. Dennis Stevens, Macy United, Jordan Dunn with you here from Butler Stadium. And Macy, Coach Jacobs, you could hear him as soon as that ball is touched, he wants intensity. He wants somebody up front for the Lady Tigers. Ball started, controlled by Caldwell County. They play it back in, loose at midfield. Taylor Freeman looking to get possession, gets it over to Lainey Fletcher. And Macy, I'm going to take this, see if I can find the boys' schedule because I know they are playing this week as well. Let's see.
I think they're playing Muhlenberg right now.
Playing tonight. Shot on goal and in. First goal of the season on a nice cross. And that's Maggie Ginn with the first goal for Caldwell County. Comes in the first minute of the second half. And Macy, did you see who that assist was on?
That was Zaria.
Zaria with the assist.
Yes.
So that breaks the ice here at Butler Stadium. 1-0 Caldwell County on a quick goal. And Macy, I would say it has a lot to do with that halftime talk about what you probably said up here just as well. the intensity and being able to get in front of that net. Maggie Ginn was about 3 feet outside the net on that one instead of outside the 6 or the 18 even, like the first half. Now Maggie has control again. Zaria down the middle along with her, but they've got some help. She's going to play it back over to Smiley. Smiley looks for Crowley. Crowley with possession back over to Smiley. Header towards Trigg County's net. Ball played up. Charging in here is going to be Jackson. And a little push is going to go Caldwell County's way as Jackson gets a little bump. Now she'll have the free kick about 10 yards inside midfield. And they're going to change it the other way. The referees ask our broadcast partner here to say it's the best referee crew she's seen so far this year, and then they mess up the call. So you can still say it if you want. Trigg County puts it in play. The referees here are some nice ones. We really have a lot of fun with the referees here in the broadcast booth and some of the things that goes on. Caldwell County with the ball, rolls out of bounds. And your first taste of what it's like looking over the dugout, Macy, in the broadcast here as Trigg County puts the ball in play. Oh, played off of Jackson. Got to have some ab muscles to take one of those and stay in the ball game.
You definitely will have a soccer ball print after that on your stomach, too.
Ball played by Trigg County. It's going to be controlled by Caldwell County at midfield. Maggie again has possession, plays it over to Smiley. Smiley finds McKenna Crowley going down the left side. Nobody with her. She turns it towards the goal at the corner of the 18. Nice one-on-one move. Puts a shot on goal, knocked down, and the ball loose. But Macy, if you'll look in the box right now, 3 white jerseys instead of none, as that ball got loose for just a second from Trigg's keeper, but exactly what you and Coach Jacobs were talking about at halftime.
They definitely listen, which is good. Come out the second half with intensity. You can't really build on that. You kind of have to get it in from the gate.
Caldwell County with the ball. Smiley has it, plays it back to Freeman. Freeman doing her usual full load of work in a ball game tonight that some probably don't even notice how well she does out there getting the possessions for the Lady Tigers. Trigg County now with the steal at midfield. And they have the ball loose, but played back up. There's Meriden Janina picking up the slack as she puts the ball out of bounds. Meriden will reset her defense and get them all back as Trigg County takes a throw in just past the stands on the far side. Ball into the corner. Trigg plays it across, gets away from Drew Hadley. Ball was up in the air for just a second. Trigg puts the rebound shot on goal, but wide left. A little bit of scary moment there for the Lady Tigers as Drew Hadley tried to go in for the scoop and it kind of rolled up her arm loose inside the 6.
Hey, let's go, White. Let's get that pressure back.
She puts the free kick out. Trigg's number 11 has done a lot of work for them tonight. Let's see if we can find her number on here. These early season rosters, that's Madison Ireland, a sophomore for Trigg County.
Do not give them anything easy.
Obviously one of their better, if not their best player. Caldwell County looks a little bit flat after that early goal as Trigg County's had a little more possession already in this half than most of the first half.
Don't just ball watch there.
Ball kicked in to the offensive end for Trigg County. They save it along the line, cross in front of the goal. Nobody home for Trigg County, fortunately. They regain possession, now get it back. Caldwell County goes in for the steal. There's Fletcher with the bump, has it and puts it out of bounds, so she'll reset the defense.
Let's bring it back.
Macy, Trigg County also coming out with a little more intensity in the second half, even though they fell behind early with that early goal.
That goal helps a lot. If you're down by 1, it definitely helps you to kick it up a little bit.
Trigg County with possession. They work it around the horn, come to the right side. Now they're going to try to switch fields. Picked up there by Caldwell's defense, puts it out. Maggie again has it stolen away on the high kick. Big shot on goal. That's going to go out of bounds. Drew's going to let that one go across the end line. And it'll be Lady Tiger ball with 34 minutes left in the second half.
Hey, let's pick that intensity back up that we had to start. Let's go.
Drew set to put it in play, hand up. Kick is on the way, big kick, but it's going to go out of bounds on the far sideline. Drew's got one of the longer legs off the ground of any keeper we'll see all season long. Clouds starting to thicken here as we are hoping for the best. We certainly don't want any flashes of lightning, or I can remember a couple of games in the past, Macy, they've even gone to a thunder delay. You've sat through a couple of those. So we're hoping for the best, but getting a little bit dark here at Butler Stadium. Trigg County with a lot of possession this game. That one's going to be shanked off the leg of Janina. Picked up, though, by Drew Hadley before it goes out of bounds. Drew with the big punt all the way up to midfield. Off the leg of Freeman. Trigg gets it back. Trigg County a lot more possession in this second half so far. Caldwell County gets this one, though, as they throw it in on the far sideline. Freeman has it, wants to switch sides, gets it on this side to Crowley. Crowley has Smiley with her. Crowley still with possession, but being fought hard by Trigg County. Nice move by McKenna. She has some space now looking for Blunt. Blunt has an opening. She gets through one. Somebody on her shoulder and couldn't get much on the shot. She had a Trigg County defender on her left shoulder, so that one's scooped up by the Trigg keeper, and she'll come out to the 18 for her punt out of the box. Big one going to go well past midfield. Big Hop's going to play it over to McConnell. McConnell misses on that one. Janina has it now, gets through both of them. It's a race. McConnell and Trigg's player going towards the box. Nice retreat by McConnell, kicked out of bounds by Trigg County, and it'll be a goal kick for Caldwell. That was some surprising speed for McConnell. I didn't really expect her to be that fast. She has pretty good size, but really showed a burst of speed to get back for Caldwell County.
I think she uses it when she needs it instead of just to do it when to do it.
And the kick out is controlled by Trigg, but stolen away momentarily by Crowley. Trigg with possession in their offensive end from about 25 yards out. Shot on goal, blocked on the back of the leg by McConnell. Still rolling loose in the corner, far corner. Trigg with the cross attempt, goes out of bounds behind the net, so it'll be Caldwell County ball. Caldwell County Mason controlled about 80% of the first half. This second half has been about a 60-40 split for Trigg County.
Trigg definitely came out wanting it, especially after we got that goal.
Big kick out by Thomas, controlled by Zaria. Zaria 1-on-3 right now, stolen away by Trigg County. Kick back to Sarah Grace Carnahan. Sarah Grace puts it through. It's going to be a foot race. Zaria with the afterburners on goes after it. Now one player to beat, and the keeper shot on goal, blocked by the keeper. That was one of those that maybe you just put the little soft touch on. It goes right over the keeper's head. She tried to bury it, and it bounced right off the chest of the keeper out of bounds. So it'll be a corner kick for the Lady Tigers, but definitely a missed opportunity there for the Lady Tigers to cash in on that one. Crowley's going to come out of the ball game along with Fletcher. I can't tell who's taking the kick. Is it Smiley? In there! Looks like Mackenzie Smiley with a big kick across. Header attempt by Freeman. And it goes out of bounds just left of the goal. Nice kick from the corner. I think that was Smiley on the kick. This will be played free kick from the 6. Caldwell County pushing 2 players up. This is a nice kick out off of Traylor. Controlled by Janina. Janina gets it over to Jackson. Stolen away from Jackson, but goes back to Meriden Janina. Meriden turns, kicks it, stolen away by Trigg again. There's Meriden again, 3 steals on 1 play. Now they get it over to Freeman. Freeman drops it back over to Smiley. Smiley wants to switch fields. Finds Zaria on the far side along with Caitlin Young. Zaria has it, turns towards the goal, puts a shot on, and it rolls out of bounds. Let's see if the keeper touched it. And they're going to say she did not, so it's going to be a goal kick for Trigg County. Now, let's say they are going to change it. I thought from here that she had touched it, Macy, but I couldn't tell. Now they are going to give the corner kick to the Lady Tigers.
I couldn't really tell. I think that was more of like a that side of the field type thing. Iffy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I couldn't argue it either way from our vantage point, but I thought she had touched it. So Smiley's going to put this one in play. Just in front of the concession stand. Nice kick. Header attempt again by Freeman. This one a little bit closer, but no good now. Big lob boot by Janina. Almost in. Crashing the goal is Zaria Blunt, and it's in. Blunt with the goal.
All right, Keith, don't worry about it.
And a nice play there. That was started by your sister, Meriden, had the deflection from the header attempt come all the way back to her. She dropped it from about 25 yards out. The keeper tipped it right off the bar, but there the crash, and one of the points you brought up, Macy, there the crash on that goal was Zaria Blunt as she picked up a goal. Now she has the goal and an assist in her first game of the season.
So definitely the type of balls you like, where you have so much space between the defensive line and the rest of the team or the rest of the field even, just to get that big punt over, and hopefully it'll go over the goalie's head because they're not ready for it or waiting for it even.
That was some nice touch by your sister. Did you know she had that kind of touch from 25 yards?
She does. She doesn't get the opportunity to show it much like that, but yes, she has it.
And I guess it's safe to say who taught her.
I'll say me, but she'll probably argue that.
Nice play by Meriden to get that ball down into the net. But the aggressive play, I think this is what Coach Jacobs was wanting to start the first half. Didn't really get it in the first half. The speech must have got some receptive ears at halftime because they've really come out and been crashing that goal in this second. Caldwell County now with possession and a 2-0 lead as we get down 27 minutes left in the ball game. Trigg with possession, Caldwell County in retreat. There's McConnell. Looked like it was off a Trigg player going to the sideline. Let's see which way the flag waves. And it's going to be Trigg ball. They get the ball in play on the throw. Chasing the loose ball, McKinney Grove. Shot on goal is shanked to the right by a Triggs player. So it'll be goal kick for Drew Hadley. And give me a number 15 there, Macy, coming in for Caldwell County.
Mackenzie
McGregor set to see some action here tonight at the next dead ball. Ball gets through. Trigg County comes over, kicks it out of bounds right here near midfield. So McGregor will get to come in on that play. Let's see who she comes in for. Maggie Ginn is going to get a little bit of rest. Maggie with the first goal of the season for the Lady Tigers to open the scoring in the second half, in the first minute of the second half. Throw in comes to Smiley. Smiley put the through ball there. Now coming out, Zaria Blunt. Didn't really anticipate that one getting through, as I don't think many players would have, but it went right by the Trigg player. Now Caldwell puts a shot on goal. Stopped on the side by Trigg County. That shot looked like it came off the foot of Pookie Trailer.
I think they got an offsides call from the play before. The center ref just wasn't catching it.
Just now saw it.
Yeah. I was thinking he was going to let it play through, but I think he wasn't paying attention to his sideline.
So it is going to be offsides against Caldwell County. Trigg will get the free kick just outside of their box circle. Big kick down the field. That one gets by everybody. Meriden will probably play that one back to Drew Hadley. Drew with the big kick out. Nice play by Meriden not to get rattled on that one. Patiently took it right back to her keeper. Nice move by Mackenzie Smiley. One player to beat. Now she gets it up. Mackenzie McGregor with the shot on goal. And they're going to call offsides again. That one was a whole lot closer, I would say. And Macy, a little shower coming. We'll get the umbrella going here over the stuff. And hopefully this one won't last very long.
I think I'm going to kill the live stream.
Okay.